I'm Herb Meyer, and I deliver a lecture entitled, What in the World is Going On? An Intelligence Briefing for Chief Executives. To keep your population steady, you need a 2.1 birth rate, 2.1 births per woman. Today in Western Europe, the birth rate is 1.5, 30% below replacement, which means that 30 years from now, there will be between 70 and 80 million fewer Europeans alive than are alive today. This is the biggest, fastest population drop in recorded history. In Japan, the birth rate's 1.3. 30 years from now, there will be between 50 and 60 million fewer Japanese. And by 2020, 1 out of every 5 Japanese citizens will be over the age of 70. That's shutdown. The only countries in the Western world at the replacement level, the 2.1 replacement level, are tiny New Zealand and the United States. So despite what everybody thinks, world population isn't exploding. In fact, it's beginning to level off now. All the birth rates in the West are at or below the replacement level. What this means is here in the Western world, our populations are aging and aging fast. And that has an enormous impact on business because of the kinds of products and services we're going to be selling. What it also means is you have a larger number of older people putting a crushing tax burden on a smaller number of younger people. And when you put a crushing tax burden on younger people, they delay marriage, they can't afford to get married, they get married later, they have fewer kids, and then the birth rate spirals down even more. This is what's called the demographic death spiral. And that's a very serious thing. But the most exciting part of this is your customer base globally is growing at a rate of tens of millions of new customers every year. They want every product and service you can provide. And the fortunes are being made by those businesses that can develop products and services that are clever, inexpensive, and green. And that's why you're hearing this. We want to bring the world out of poverty. We know how. The trick is to do it without trashing the planet. And that's why clever, inexpensive, green is now the driving force of global business. And if you become part of that, your customer base is growing at a rate we've never seen before in history. Today, more human beings are emerging from poverty more swiftly than at any time in recorded history. Each year, between 50 million and 100 million people emerge from poverty. What it means is this: if we can sustain this rate, even lower it a little bit, within our lifetimes, certainly within our children's lifetimes, the majority of human beings will be middle class. That's the biggest change of life on Earth that's ever happened. It's happening right now, and it's also the biggest underreported news story in the world. So many human beings emerging so swiftly from poverty that some economists are beginning to talk about the sonic boom. One economist even calls this the supersonic boom. So the new normal could be the greatest economic boom in recorded history. If the political leaders get this together, they don't blow it, we could be on the verge not only of extraordinary economic growth, but of quite literally eradicating poverty from the earth within our lifetimes. It's fabulous. I cannot imagine a more exciting time to be alive or to be in business.